sees it. Okay? Can I get you to stand up?
Sure, let's do that.
Let's do it. First, you're going to face me, and I'm going to energy test you to see if you've got all the energy we want you to have. So you push up while I push down.
Okay.
Okay, you're very strong. So I am just going to trace a meridian, and I'm tracing it backwards, and it takes your energy.
What did you do?
It takes your energy away, and it will do this for every human being on the planet.
Wait, no, try that again.
Okay. He's trying. I was just using 2 fingers too, so you know
Okay.
I'm not overpowering you. Okay.
But that's crazy.
But if I trace it like this, and it's not crazy, it'll give you energy back. If I go like this, it'll take energy away. If I go like that, it'll bring energy back, and it's a wonderful thing.
But I'm applying the same amount of lift on my
Yes,
hand.
because it isn't about a muscle test. It's about testing the energy, whether it's flowing or
So
not.
you can see the energy on my body,
Yes.
and you're able to tweak things.
Yes.
To either empower me or disempower
That's
me.
right. That's exactly right.
That is scary.
And it's something that everybody can learn. I mean,
Wow.
It is so empowering for people to know this, because there are times you want to take some of your energy away. Like if you can't sleep and you want to just, take
Right.
the energy down. And of course, there are times you want to bring energy back.
Wow, so that was a beautiful demonstration.
All right.
Now, what is a technique that you can teach our audience that they can apply in their life right now?
Okay, well, like maybe in an afternoon slump, if you start feeling tired, if you just take your right hand and put it over your left shoulder and push into your left shoulder and then drag it across to your opposite hip. And then the other side. And just push it and cross the energy. And you do that a few times. And what happens is you get the energies crossing over as energy is meant to do. It's meant to cross over and figure 8 patterns all over the place. And you'll start getting your energy back. I'm going to give you one more because everybody seems to go through this. I'm going to energy test you in a new way. You hold your arm real strong. I'm just going to touch the end of your nose. All that means is that the energy going up the front of your body is not connecting to the energy going up the back at the back of your throat. And many people in Western culture, for sure, stay up in their head so the energy doesn't keep going. And so here's what I'm going to have you do, and everybody else. Put your one finger in your belly button.
Okay.
Push it in and pull it up. Put the other one right here at your third eye. And you'll find you might even want to breathe. Just take at least 2 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just watching you, I'm going to do one more. 3. Okay? You're healed. I'm going to smash your nose and hold. And so it gives your energy back. And when that happens, it makes an orbit around your body that will go either way your body needs. And it protects you. It helps you stay vital when if you're starting to feel low.
So there's something. So what you're saying is when we're having our afternoon slump, doing this is somehow doing something to our energy system. And you can see this. You can see the shifts happening in our body. And then the other technique is to put a hand on our belly button, push upwards, and put a hand over here where our third eye is and push upwards.
That's right.
What's going on there? How is this shifting our energy?
Oh, well, first of all, the energies in your hand are electromagnetic. So if you use your own hands on your own body, it will move the energy. And energy connects up. It connects up. And in that instance, it connects at the back of your throat. And it makes a loop. A microcosmic.
So these 2 simple practices help us come out of an afternoon slump.
Yes.
Right, because there's 2 things that happen. One is that in just normal wear and tear during a day is that energies that are meant to cross over from one side of the body to the other start to not cross over. They start to go up and down. Like the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body. There's an energy that needs to support that, and it stops supporting it. So simply crossing over here gets those energies back into a crossover pattern. And then the second system, this microcosmic orbit that goes around, is something that also breaks down as you get tired. And so simply doing this gets it it's like
And
recharging.
this is something that
recharging the
Donna
battery.
sees in people. You can
Yes.
see this, and so
Yes.
that's how you know how to correct it. That is bizarre.
Yes.
It's cool, but bizarre.
But I also teach people who can't see how to test for it. So you
Right,
can
you don't
always
need to
know.
see
You
it
don't have to
to-
see
Got
to
it.
have
So
work.
so you can apply this in your life. These two simple techniques right now. You can apply this the next time you're facing an afternoon slump, and I do feel different.
Yeah,
I do. I
great.
do feel like I just had a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah.
So that's also kind of strange.
Yes.
So that was technique number one. Now the second technique is one of my favorites. It's how to deal with stressors that enter our lives.
And this is so valuable. And I think we actually carry the way to solve this in our DNA, because people often do this. They throw their hands up to their forehead when they get stressed, or they go like this.
Right.
And there's a reason we do that, because when you get stressed, you can lose up to 80% of the blood in your forebrain for the fight or flight response, to run away or beat somebody up. And most of us don't do that anymore.
Right.
So here, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to test you again. You hold your arm strong. Now, think of something that bothers you. You don't have to tell us. Just bring it to
Okay.
mind. You got it? Okay, now hold. I mean, it's instant. All you
Right.
have to do is think of the stress, and your body goes into the fight or flight. So now watch. You don't have
Right.
all the blood in your forebrain.
Right. I thought
so
about something that really bothers me.
Yes. So now you can do this for yourself, or somebody else can do it for you in the family. But if you just put one hand up here,
It can be any hand.
either hand, one hand on your forehead, and maybe one hand on the back of your head, and it creates a polarity then. And do just some breathing. At least just a couple of deep breaths, and then just let go and relax into it. And again, your hand is electromagnetic, so you draw your own blood back up into your forebrain, and when that happens, also the cascading of chemicals that went into your body to handle the fight or flight also just calms down and dissipates.
It's actually so relaxing. I
Yes.
almost feel like
Yes.
dozing off.
Yes.
Like taking an afternoon nap that
That's
you just
right.
showed me how not to do that.
And since everybody's different in this whole world, I'm going to show you a different way that might work as well for you. If you put one thumb in your temples here, and the other fingers right here, and softly pull slightly to the side, that calms down a whole nother energy system. And you don't have to do it hard, just do it soft. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. Now think of that same stress, okay, and hold.
Wow.
Yes,
And it is a very stressful, bothersome situation.
Yes.
But when I think about it now, I feel like I'm just observing it.
yes.
I don't feel that pain in my chest.
Yes, that's what happens.
That's
And-
interesting.
And depending on your stress and how bad it is, you might hold it longer or shorter, and you'll
And
know.
if we
You can
feel
feel
the
it.
pain of a situation or a memory coming back to us, we can do this again, right?
That's
So again,
right.
we're putting our fingers here, we're putting up our
Yes.
thumbs on the side, and
A
we're
slight
pushing
pull to the
both
side.
to the side.
Yes, and it's just a slight. It's not a deep push. It's just a pull to the side.
And that's one of two techniques. The other technique is this, right?
Yes.
Right hand in front,
Yes,
left hand
yes.
at the back. And we just place our hands there.
Yes.
Now, as we're putting our hands over here or over here, are we holding any intention in our mind? Is anything going
You
on
know-
in the mind, or is it just the hands?
No, if you're really, really stressed and you're thinking about it, go ahead and think of your stress.
Right.
Because the really wonderful thing is that energy itself will move it. You don't have to have an intention, although intention is great. But when you're stressed out, you can't think
Wow.
of something positive. But this will help you.
Now, the other question is, you demonstrated how stress can instantly cause my
Yes.
ability to keep my hand up to go down.
Yes.
Is it just strength that it's affecting? What else is it affecting in us?
Oh, it affects your whole body, every organ in your body, every cell in your body. I mean, stress is governed by a system called triple warmer. And triple warmer is always on alert.
Triple warmer is one of the 9 energy
Yes.
systems that you see.
Yes, it is.
Right, so this is unique stuff, people. It's beyond auras, beyond meridians, the triple warmer. It's one of the 9 energy systems. You don't often hear about this, but
Yes.
Donna sees it.
Yes, it governs the fight, flight, or freeze response. And most people in our world have too much stress chemicals running through their body, and triple warmer is on alert way too much. I think we've got to evolve triple warmer.
What does the triple warmer look like when you see it?
I see a lot of different things. One is I see something that looks like, if you don't see energy, it's a little bit hard to say, but everything looks strained. Everything looks strained in the energies, all of them. I mean, it affects all the energy systems. I think triple warmer was probably the energy that kept us alive as a species, millions of years ago.
And you see that disrupted when someone is under stress.
It gets
and what you found is that by simply placing your hands here or here, we help preserve it.
And you also see the blood come back up into your forebrain so you can think again. So
interesting.
It's
very interesting.
Yeah. So and it's not just what triple warmer does; it's the effect that triple warmer has on all the other energy systems.
Yes.
Triple warmer, in being able to govern the fight or flight response, is able to draw resources from all the other energies. So this technique, and either one can work. You can just kind of sense which one feels better for you, or do them both. Is so important because if you're able to identify, like you did, a situation that really is stressful for you and get it so that you can think about that situation without going into the stress response, that's a game changer in terms of how you feel during your day. Yes. Because it doesn't always drain you. It's always there draining you unless you can really shift the way that it triggers that stress response.
I mean, almost all illnesses are stress related, because stress takes your energies down, and
illness causes stress, so it's a two-way street. Got it. So let's go on to the third technique that we're going to be covering here today. So you've learned two techniques. You've learned how to overcome the afternoon slump, okay, and you've learned two simple ways to overcome stressful situations. Now let's go on to our third lesson for today. And this is really interesting, and it involves food.
Yes, one of the wonderful things about energy testing is that you can test food or vitamins and herbs and find out what is really good for you. And if you're taking vitamins, what's too much for you or too little. You can find the exact amount you need, which is really important because, if you take too much of something that's really good for you, it just becomes another toxin in your body. So finding out how much you need is really good.
And it's so important because the food that we take into our body, in terms of energy medicine, that's the source of energy. So understanding that food that is not in harmony with your body's energy is really a major discovery to have, because we often go by the diet of our culture, and that's not attuned to our energy system. But you can attune your diet to your energy system by doing this energy.
So this is fascinating. Let's learn how do we test the energy of food.
All right, let's bring on the food and bring on the vitamins. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to energy test Vishen. And I'm going to put his arm straight down his body with his thumb next to his leg, his fingers just straight down, and I'm going to ask him to pull his arm to his body, and I'm going to pull it out, okay? And here's what is interesting. You can start, he's a little weak on this energy, so we're going to find out if any of these foods actually make him strong.
Okay.
So he's not going to know which food we're testing. I'm going to show you which food it is, and then I'll hold it and I'll touch his back with the food so that it will. So as long as it's his energy field, the energy field of the food is going to be interacting with his energy field, and that's what's being tested.
So let me get this straight. So the food is in my energy field. It's not actually touching my back.
That's right.
That's good, because I hate bacon at the back of my shirt.
Well, great. Okay. What I'm going to ask you to do is pull your arm to your body, and I'm going to pull it out. There's a little weakness, but it's about the same as it was originally. Pull that away.
That was the egg.
Okay, now let me see if you're still about the same. Yeah, which means it does nothing for him. It's not either good nor bad.
Eggs do nothing for me?
Nothing for you.
Now.
Okay.
Right now, I don't know if you've already had eggs today.
I did.
If you have, you maybe just OD'd on them. That's why it's a good idea to really learn this and do it for a few days to find out what your body really needs. And if you test before you've eaten anything in the day. Okay.
So the second is this.
And that's really good for him. and that is a pineapple.
Really?
Yes, at least right now. But did you have any
Which
this
happens
morning?
to be my favorite
Doesn't
fruit.
it?
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Next.
Okay. No.
Oh,
Potato
too bad.
chips.
Potato chips, sorry.
Oh, right. Right, that's something I avoid at all costs.
Well, oh, isn't that
Yes.
interesting? Well, it's exactly
Okay.
right what you were thinking.
Next.
Okay. Oh, that's good for you.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon, yes, yes, thank God, bacon supports me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hold. No.
What
This
was
is
that?
bread. This bread.
That's true, because I'm on a low carb diet. I never eat bread.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there you have it.
Okay.
Okay. Not so
You
good.
don't get to butter the bread that you don't eat.
Butter, perfect. Yes,
Okay, all right.
Okay, that's it.
Now,
and also because that's not good quality butter.
that's true. Do you know, I would also like to say this butter is wrapped in tinfoil or whatever that is. But
We could have tested.
he's going to put it on his finger and hold it
So
up
that
in
we're
his
not test-
field.
so we're not testing the wrapping.
that wrapping.
Oh,
okay?
I see what you mean. I
And
see what you mean.
Okay, hold. No, he still doesn't. That's not his. And Vishen said something very important, and he said that that's not high quality. I mean, sometimes you can find that something is good for you in a higher quality.
Like with butter, you probably want to pick unsalted grass-fed.
Okay, yes. And for me, eggs aren't good for me. But if I have a range-free chicken egg that is organic, then I'm okay.
Wow. So is
Yeah.
that it? Was there any other food that we were going to
Yes,
test?
I want to test vitamins, all right? This is really important. And I will say it doesn't matter if you hold it in the field, you can hold it in your hand because you really, I'm going to just clasp your hand around it.
Okay.
And I'm going to test and see. Vitamin C is good. He's got 1,000 in his hand. He's going to put out in a second 1,000. Wow. We're going to put a third and he loses his energy. That means that he only needs 2. And if he has 3, it's 1 too many that his body then has to process, and it could hurt him.
That's a really interesting tool. Now, how would we do this on ourselves if we don't have an assistant to hold food behind our back and you to move our arms?
I mean, you can do energy testing on yourself. Now, this is how I do it, okay? I'm going to put this vitamin C in my left hand. I'm going to put it and flatten it right on my solar plexus, put my right hand above, pull my elbows in, and I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as I let my breath out, I will either fall forward or I'll fall backwards, and I'm falling forward, which means I need it. I am being pulled toward that energy.
Wow.
Does that make sense? I mean, and look, I'm going to take I'll put 3 in my hand and see. And you want to let go of all thoughts. Now, it's not much is happening. I'm not going forward or backwards, which means it's just neutral. Okay, 4 is too many. But
Wow.
I would
So-
stick with 2 because that was the ones that made me really
So
fall
it's almost
forward.
as if you're turning your body into a dowsing rod to guide you
I
towards
think
the...
of this as a pendulum. I make my body
Amazing.
the pendulum. And it's really important. You know, when I was very, very allergic to everything, I had to be right on. I couldn't make a mistake or I could end up in the hospital. I really went into, I just really got very, very ill. And I went into insulin shock by taking too much of something. And I
Wow.
had to learn how to do it right.
This is such an incredible technique. So far, folks, you have learned how to overcome the afternoon slump. You have learned how to stay strong even when negative thoughts are flooding your mind. And now you've learned how to use energetic testing of food to identify what your body needs. Now, the final technique we're going to learn, I hear, involves a spoon.
Yes, this is a wonderful, simple tool that I think everybody can walk around with a stainless steel spoon. And stainless steel, you know it's stainless steel. If you put it up to a magnet, it'll stick. Now, we're either going to have you take off your shoes or somebody else.
No. See, for this one, I am not taking off my shoes. We're going to have Angela. Would you?
Okay. All right, Angela.
This is Angela, who's helping us with this shoe.
Now, what this is about is you want to be really grounded through your day, so that you literally pull up the energies from the earth. They feed us. I mean, planet Earth feeds us, but when you're not grounded and it throws your polarities off, and you're not pulling up the energy, and you won't feel as good, and you won't feel nature when you go walking in it. So I'm going to test your feet and find out if you are...
Both shoes off?
Yeah, both. Now, I'm going to just energy test you, okay? Okay,
I'm get out of the way.
I'm just going to use a regular indicator test, and you hold. You're very, very, very strong. So now what I want you to do is just let me have your foot, and I'm just going to tap it at the bottom. That's as if my hand was the earth. It's the same polarity. So if there was a connect, and you're holding? Are you holding?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there is not a connect to the earth. You aren't grounded. Well, it'll be the same thing on the other foot. So here's what we're going to do, Angela. You're going to pick up your foot, and you can do this for yourself, but you just spoon the bottom of your feet, and it connects to the nerves in your body, and suddenly your polarities are switched, and you are grounded again. Now, I'm going to just do the same thing I did before. Slap the bottom of your feet and see, and now we're connected. So it's just a simple thing you can use for the rest of your life. Carry a stainless steel spoon in your purse. And I want to tell you that many people have told me over the years they've learned to use it in different ways. Like if you put a stainless steel spine, excuse me, I'm going to turn you this way. You can take a stainless steel spoon and go up your spine. And if you have no clothes on, it really feels good. And it just relaxes all the nerves on your spine.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to say one more thing. Just yesterday, I had shoes on that hurt my feet. And when I went to take my shoes off, my feet hurt so bad. I thought, well, I know my polarities are off. So I went to get the spoon and spooned my feet. And what was the surprise is it took all the pain away from my feet. It works, and it's so good.
That's amazing. It gives new meaning to the word spooning.
Yes.